Welcome to yet another edition of Yo Tony Pag-cast. Let's get right to it. Yo Tony, I see you hanging with a lot of paisans on Facebook. Are you from Little Italy? I wish, but no, I actually grew up in Dunmore, PA, another proud Italian, Vic Fangio, of course, the National Defensive Coach of the Year, the Eagles. All right, well, let's get back to Little Italy in Baltimore. Yes, I do hang with a lot of paisans who are from there. When I was on TV, I came here in January 40 years ago. One of the first neighborhoods I visited was Little Italy. And man, I fell in love with it. Boy, it was just so many people there, and the customs. I actually would do stories, Tony's travels, with the women down there in the basement of St. Leo's making the ravioli. We were all singing "It's Amore," meeting the Minaldi brothers. My man Pete Minaldi, the Minaldi brothers, been playing music since the Eisenhower administration, as Pete likes to say. So after I retired about 3 years ago, I said, I want to get right into the community, the Italian American community. And I was retired, so someone said, well, you better call Santo. And I went to another person, better call Santo. And they're, is this Santo, the Godfather of Little Italy? Well, as I found out, sort of, kind of. Santo Grasso grew up in Little Italy, along with Pete Minaldi and some of the others. And yes, from an early age, he was a boxer, and then he served in the military, former Baltimore policeman, retired. He's an auctioneer, and he is a character. But what I found out is he has a Tuesday group once a month. They meet at Di Pasquale's in Canton. If you ever went to Di Pasquale's, Joe Di Pasquale's the president of our Italian American Civic Club. Anyway, they have 18 seats. And Santo said, well, I'll put you on the list, but... So I think what they do is they see, all right, is this guy going to be able to hang with, be an honorary little Italian, right? So it's called Romeo, Retired Old Men Eating Out. And a whole bunch of us get together there at Di Pasquale's once a month on a Tuesday. And I feel like I'm back with my uncles and grandfather and the whole deal. They're all talking, telling great stories. And I got to tell you, no women are allowed because, Santo says, it's kind of a fraternity. Want to keep it that way. Don't want to let our just want to kind of have fun. Nothing against females, right? Well, let me tell you, too, in this Santo is involved in just about every club there is, Italian club in Baltimore. And they honored him just about a few months ago, the Columbus Award Man of the Year. And in typical fashion, I said, boy, a lot of people showed up for you here, Santo. And he goes, yeah, and I'm also looking around and remembering those who did not. So you want to call Santo, you better call him. And as he ended his speech that night, he said, and let's make America Italian again. And as I always say, life, liberty, and the prosciutto of happiness.